But those of us that know that heavy is the head that wears the crown, we know that that crown is heavy because I no longer can just do any and everything that I want to do without first taking the time to ask myself, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? What energy am I pushing? Am I pushing something positive? Am I making people feel good? Am I making people feel good about themselves? Am I making people feel motivated? Like, am I making people feel like, you know what, against all odds, you could do it, like you could be triumphant? Those are the things that those of us that are chosen, or those of us that resonate with the fact that we are a divine masculine or a divine feminine, those are the things that we are considering. It will require us to step away from certain people, step away from our friend group, step away from even people that at one point in time, like, we were really close to these people. Like, sometimes we have to understand that, like, even those that have always been close to us, there's going to be a time that there is going to be a level of separation, because sometimes people don't always give us the best advice, right? And then sometimes people cannot give us advice because what it is that we have to do is so important that not a lot of people can relate to why we have to do things that we do a certain way. We're not changing ourselves. We're not being anything different than who it is that we really are. We're still being authentic, but we're being mindful and we're being conscious of the things that we do and how it is that we do it, and what energy are we pushing. Am I making people feel better? Am I making people feel motivated? Am I making people feel happy? What exactly is my intention? What's my motivation, right? And am I ready to step away from the crowd? Like, if I'm the king of the crew, do I understand that sometimes that means that, like, I'm going to have to be alone sometimes? Like, sometimes I'm not going to have anybody to be able to give me advice because, like, I'm on a higher level than other people. You know what I'm saying? And not in a cocky, egotistical way, but it's just reality, okay? It's just reality sometimes, right? So those are the things that we want to remember. And we want to remember that, like, everybody, we can't allow everyone to speak into our lives because everybody doesn't have the call that we have on our lives. Especially, man, especially when it comes to love and relationships and picking your person and stuff like that. Like, I realize that people will, they will support you in a lot of things, but they may not always support you whenever they know that you're really about to, like, really like take off, right? And sometimes the people that we choose romantically, they are our next level. Like, they have that level up, right? And a lot of times people will start to get not so good advice when it comes to picking and choosing who it is that they're supposed to be with. So I just want to encourage you guys that sometimes you're going to have to step away from the crowd. Sometimes you're going to have to do things on your own. Sometimes you may only have like one or two people that can actually speak into your life and be able to give you direction and advice, right? And I want to encourage you guys to be courageous enough to understand that sometimes I'm going to have to step away from the crew, you know, because the things that I have to do are of a higher vibration. And my positivity has to be a positivity that spreads across into and touches all areas of my life. You know what I'm saying? So heavy is the head that wears the crown. But I just want to encourage you guys. And I just kind of wanted to kind of like break it down into like a simpler way of being able to understand how exactly we mesh together this divinity or this new life that we're stepping into. How do I mesh that into like my old life? How do I mesh that into my everyday life, right? How do I mesh that into the person and the personality and the persona that I have built up to this point, right? So we don't want to change who it is that we are. We want to continue to be real and authentic, because when we're real and authentic, we give other people the courage to be real and authentic as well. However, The easiest way to be able to mesh those things together is to realize that we have a higher purpose on this planet and start to question and look at the energies behind why it is that we do what we do, what are our intentions, what are our motives, and if we start to create a dialogue in our head about what it is that we want to see happen, how it is that we want people to feel whenever they are interacting with us or they have interacted with us, that will help us with aligning with our higher selves, and it will also help us with aligning in a greater way with what our overall purpose is on the planet. So yeah, you guys, that's what I got for you, Divine Masculine, on this Divine Masculine Mondays. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your friends, and remember, I love you. Peace.